Hi everybody, I'm making this video because I'm thinking about getting another computer, and in thinking about another computer the question has come up, well, do I get a PC or do I get a Mac? And in trying to compare apples to oranges, or Windows, PCs I guess I should say, I made this little spreadsheet, and I thought it was really interesting, and I figured I'd show it to you, and I figured making a video would be quicker than posting it on my blog. So the reason that I got started was I found this website that gave benchmark ratings for different computer processors. And for me, the processor, it's always kind of hard to, it's easy to compare the hard drive in a Mac to the hard drive in a PC, and it's pretty easy to compare a lot of the other specs, but the processor is a little bit harder. It's definitely gotten easier now that now that Macs are using the Intel processors, but nonetheless, if you look right here, you have, this is the processor that is in our family's old Dell, and as you can see, the rating for the processor is 331, so that's about how powerful the processor is. And then here is part of my spreadsheet. If you look here, you can see our family's computer situation. This is the Dell. It's currently selling for about 150 bucks on eBay. There's the benchmark rating of 331, 3/4 of a gig of memory, 56 gigabyte hard drive, and this is something I came up with. It's the price per benchmark unit rating. If you take the $150 and divide it by 331 benchmark units, you come up with a price of 45 cents per benchmark unit. And then here's my Toshiba, selling for about 300 bucks on eBay. There's the benchmark. It's about, as you can see, it's about 3 times as powerful as the Dell. 3 gigs of memory and 230 gigabyte hard drive. Moving right along, if I were to get a new comparable, I guess you could say PC, I'm looking at $650, and the benchmark, or the processor, is about 50% more powerful than what I have in the Toshiba already. A little bit more memory, slightly bigger hard drive, and once again we have a 45 cent rating when it comes to how much computing power I get per dollar spent. If I was going to go the route of a Mac, this right here is the 2010 model of the MacBook Pro 13-inch. This is the one with a slightly slower processor. As you can see, it's selling for 1,200 bucks, almost double what the HP is selling for. Processor is a little faster, memory is comparable, hard drive is a little smaller, and you're definitely paying a lot more for your computing power. Moving right along, if you wanted to save some money, well, I guess you're not really saving any money, but this right here is a older Mac. This is the first unibody that came out in, I think it was 2008. It's a 15-inch screen, and it also cost 1,200 bucks. Computing power is a little bit better than the 13-inch. Hard drive is a little bigger, and the price over here is a little bit cheaper. Here is the higher end model of the 13-inch that's currently being sold. The process, basically pretty much everything's the same, it's just the processor is a little better. A bunch more money and a little more computing power. Here's another HP for comparison. This one has a 17-inch screen, and you can see all the specs going along there. As you may have figured out, the Macs all have this silvery background, which is a nod to the silvery color that all the Macs come in. Here's another Mac. This is the 15-inch, the one of this with the slower processor. All the other specs. There is the a little bit faster chip, or this is the model of the 15-inch that has a little bit faster chip, and that's how everything else plays out over there. Obviously you're bumping up to a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And then this right here is the last computer model that I put in my chart. It's an HP, selling for 800 bucks. The processor is about exactly the same as the 15-inch model of the MacBook Pro, and hard drive is the same. However, the price per computing unit is less than half. And as you can see, obviously everybody knew that Macs are more expensive than PCs, but for me anyway, it helped to kind of get an idea for just how much more expensive they are and what you actually get for the amount of money that you pay. And so anyway, you can debate all day as to whether a Mac's better or whether a PC is better, but when you look at just the hardware specs, it's obvious that you pay a lot more for the hardware. And so I guess what you're really paying for is the operating system and all the bells and whistles. So anyway, at this point, my guess is I will probably not be getting a Mac anytime soon. And if one of you Mac people out there just really wants me to experience the goodness of Mac and you want to chip in an extra, what would it be, $1,200? Well, in this case, if I wanted to get the PC, that's $800, and the analogous Mac is $2,000. So if one of you guys wanted to chip in an extra $1,200 so I could experience the Mac goodness, that'd be great. But assuming that's not going to happen, my guess is I'll probably be sticking with PC for a little while.